Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District, a DC sports channel talking about all your favorite DC sports. Today, we're talking about the Washington Commanders as they dropped the 2022 season game themes. Of course, I am Nathan Perry. Joining me, as always, is my buddies. It's Trev and it's Stoner. First time in about a month, gents, we've been back together, but we'll talk about that when we do our flagship program on Wednesdays at 7:30 across all of our platforms. But it's good to have us all back in the seat here for this.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question before we get started. Is this the first time that this team has ever done like a game theme?
I think at this, I think at this level, I think it's the first time they've done it. They've had game themes before, right? Because people made fun of them a few years back for the homecoming game, right? They're like the only NFL team to have a homecoming game. They're like, what are we, college?
Okay.
I like it. I like the themes. It's silly. As much as I don't care for the name and all that other stuff, like making a big deal about it and stuff, I think these themes are fun for fans.
Let's get to it.
Exactly. Let's get into it. We're gonna share the stream here, and we'll go through here so you can kind of see the overall. Of course, we're on the Washington Commanders homepage or page here. The 2022 season game themes. Play football, Commanders kickoff. We are all Commanders. Think pink and breast cancer awareness. 90th anniversary celebration and alumni homecoming. Salute to service, season of giving, inspire change, fan appreciation, and rivalry week. We want Dallas. Anything popping out right now to you guys? Because this is something you two actually haven't really looked into this stuff. You kind of seen some talking and whatnot, but a lot of your reaction is going to be, this is all new information to you.
It is, absolutely. I don't know what most of these mean. I mean, some of them are pretty self-explanatory that you don't have to go too
service and stuff like that. We want Dallas, all that stuff. But
that one doesn't. I don't know what that means. Rivalry. I can't say the word either.
Rivalry
week. We want Dallas, but what does that mean? We always want Dallas when we play them.
Yeah, but it's the last game of this home game of the season.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It's the Dallas game. It's the Dallas game.
It's the Dallas game. That's why it's rivalry week.
Yeah,
it's the Dallas game. It's Dallas week.
It's the home game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like that they're recognizing that's like what the fans have been saying ever since Sean Taylor. I think the teams use it every now and then, but it's nice to actually just have it like week. the Dallas week is there. I'm very interested in the We Are All Commanders.
Yeah.
That one's pretty interesting there.
Well, play football. That's I don't know what the hell that means.
That's the preseason week 1, the very first game of the season. Yeah, is play football, and that's what they're going to debut the newest fight song.
So that's the kind of thing that I mean. Like, it's play football, but they're doing all kinds of other activations, as it says right there.
It's key. It says key activations include. So these themes are here. I'm going to read this out for those who might be visually impaired or maybe just have us going on the background. The Washington Commanders announced the list of the 2022 season game themes and activations for the team's inaugural season. 10 matchups against the NFC East, AFC South, and NFC North division opponents will be played on Commanders' home turf. And for the first time in franchise history, the team will play 9 regular season home games. Remember, last year that extra game was an away game. All home games will kick off at 1 p.m. Eastern time, subject to change based on NFL flex scheduling. Do you guys like that? Is that a good thing for you guys?
Love it.
The 1 p.m. game is good for you?
I love Sunday 1 p.m. games because it's right there in that wheelhouse where you get up, you do what you got to do on Sunday morning, whether it's go to church or mow the yard or go to the grocery or whatever, and then you settle in at 1 o'clock and you just watch football all day and your team is the first team that's playing. I love that. I love 1 p.m. I hate night games. I hate afternoon.
Stoner's an old man. He's got to get to bed at like 9.
Which is wild to me because he'll sit there and watch hockey games up until late at night. He'll go back and watch. If the Wiz and
the Caps are playing the same time, he'll record the game to make sure that he can watch both, and he'll stay off of Twitter. But he cannot stand a night game for the Washington Commanders.
You guys are proving my point, because if I had a choice, I would watch the Capitals at 1:00, not at 7:15 or 7:30.
But there's been there's been times when after the podcast is over, you start watching the game and then you're up until late at night watching it. So why can't you just watch the football game the same
I don't like that. I'm not saying I won't do it. Of course I'll do it. I just don't like it. My preference is 1 p.m. Sundays. Beautiful. Love it.
Trev, are you on board with this, or would you like some primetime games?
Yeah, give us some primetime games. I mean, we got Carson Wentz, for Pete's sake. I mean, I don't really care what time we play as long as we win.
There we go. Get the W. I will say the Giants game, that Thursday night football game against the Giants was pretty fun. And then there was a Monday night game, the Seattle, right? So also, like, come on, I kind of like the nighttime games. I think, like, if we had a nighttime game, that's where you want your blackout, right? That's what you want. So, but not going to happen. They're all happening at 1 p.m. unless the NFL flexes those. All right. To celebrate the franchise's 90th anniversary and as a continuation of the team's Command Legacy campaign, the team will host a series of activations throughout the season celebrating the Washington Legends, team alumni, who have shaped the team history. I know, legends, right? In-game tributes will include commemorations of all 5 championship-winning teams, the reveal of the permanent installation at FedEx Field for Sean Taylor, and celebration of the Hogs offensive line. So Sean Taylor getting recognized again this year.
Do it right.
Maybe making up for it. And I wonder if they announced it. I'm also kind of seeing a lot of this stuff for the first time myself. Additionally, each game will feature a Washington legend as an honorary.
I mean, geez, Louise, why can't we
just have been the name? That's why should have been the name. Below is an overview of the games here, so let's go ahead and get into this one. The first one, preseason versus the Carolina Panthers, presented by Pepsi. Theme: play football. Stoner, you want to know what it is? Well, key activations include first game day performance for the Commanders marching band. The marching band is back.
I like it.
Debut of the team's revamped fight song. All signs point to the fight song being back to kind of hail to the Redskins.
I mean, the same music,
same tune, same kind of music, lyrics. Just kind of maybe updated in different lyrics. Trev, you feeling that? You wanted something new?
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, just revamp the whole song. I mean, I really don't care at this point. I'm just ready to win some games, personally. I mean, the preseason, no one's going to be, I mean, we'll all be watching preseason, but they could have, like, debuted the fight song week 1. That would have been cool, but, like, they're doing 2 things, like, preseason where, like, you don't even know who's going to really make the squad. I don't know. It is what it is. Happy for the organization that they're doing something new and bringing something back that was part of history. So
it's beloved by the fans. Now, here's why I actually think it's a good idea to do this in the preseason. Okay. Do it in the preseason so fans have that week to get it ingrained. So week 1, Carson Wentz to Terry McLaurin, 70-yard touchdown. And we're singing "Hail to Washington." The entire fan bases, right? Like
the marching band's playing the music.
Marching band's playing, and everything's like. Then it all comes together because this is like your rehearsal, right? Your dress rehearsal is.
Feels like we're kind of being a college team, but we'll get to that.
No, hold on. Actually, so this is where like college games are amazing fan atmospheres. Mm-hmm. You cannot they pale in comparison. Remember, Washington Commanders talked about being a global brand, right? Mm-hmm. Stoner, you and I have spent years overseas. You've gone to soccer matches overseas. Those fan experiences are insane. And this is why, like, I didn't care about the name change. I didn't care anything about that. It's just like you, Trev, win games. Here's actually where I kind of actually care. I've been on a train with a bunch of soccer fans, and they're singing like their chants and their songs for their team. And it's just an amazing experience. And that's what I think you can get with Hail to Washington or whatever it's going to be. That's what we had with Hail to the Redskins. Like you could just go anywhere, a bar anywhere, right? They're full of Redskin fans, and start singing Hail to the Redskins, and you get everybody in there. It's just, so to me, that's why this stuff is actually important for that fan experience. Stoner, where do you sit on this? I'm very pro. Trev's like, just now get past it, just win football games.
Yeah, I think I think you have to do that. You have to appease the people who were upset with the name change and losing the song and losing the band for a while. You have to appeal to them in the same way that you're trying to appeal to a lot of other groups that you've lost over the last few years. All of these things, while their contribution to winning on the field is zero, it is about the fan experience. And I can't stress this enough, that we've been saying this for a while, is that the team is doing these things because they recognize that they're losing fans and they have to do something to bring them back. And that's why I asked at the beginning if this is the first time they've had a game theme for an entire year. And because they haven't done things like this. They haven't invited season ticket holders to sit in with the quarterback coach and look at film, pretty good and invite content creators to OTAs and invite season ticket holders. You know what I mean? They're doing things because the fans have spoken. They're saying we're frustrated. So I like all this stuff. It has no bearing on whether they win on the field, but it does have an impact on fandom throughout the world. So I like it.
I guess for me personally, for the past 2 years, I've gotten used to no fight song and no marching band.
Yeah.
That it really didn't bother me at all.
Well, they had that fun DC song, right?
No, I don't remember that.
You don't after they scored,
we scored points last year?
It was very rare. One of the worst teams to do it, but they did have the Go DC.
Oh yeah,
that song. So, I don't know. I like that, but something.
That's how much I care about fight songs.
Yeah,
but
to get the fans in there.
Let me ask this: the theme is play football. The activations are the band and the song. What does that have to do with play football?
Well, because play football is the very first game of the entire year, so it's play football. That's why it's called that.
It's the first time we're going to see them.
It doesn't match.
Uniform,
it doesn't match.
Playing a game.
Okay. All right. Let's go
ahead and move on here. We have week 1 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is presented by Bank of America. Theme Commanders Kickoff, celebrating the inaugural regular season home game as Washington Commanders. Key activations, pregame 9/11 tribute, and a halftime Legends tribute, recognizing iconic legends from the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s roster. Stoner, there we go again with the Legends name.
Man, that should be been the name.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, they're just
yeah.
But there's nothing really special there, and I think that matches the opponent. There's nothing special about the opponent.
I think it's also this right here, right? It's
September
the 9/11.
We play on September 11th. Yeah.
You don't want to overload this one with anything which is, I'm not going to say it's a shame, but it is kind of like, this is your first regular season game as the Commanders, new uniforms, new QB, all this other stuff. And you have to keep it muted because of the day that it is. So I do like that they're doing this tribute here for the Legends. Maybe that be there's a spoiler alert. Talk about the mascot. Maybe that's the mascot's name is Legend. Let's get in here to week 3.
What's it going to be though?
We'll have to talk later. We'll have that talk later.
Okay. All right.
Week 3 versus the Philadelphia Eagles, presented by Telemundo 44. We are all commanders with special celebrations honoring Hispanic Heritage Month, HBCU Night Out, and Pride Night Out. That's a lot of things packed in there. Key activations include special performances by artists from the Hispanic, LGBTQ plus and HBCU communities, food trucks featuring Latin and Hispanic cuisine. Love that. Pride Night Out pregame party. Also sounds pretty fun.
Yep.
Pretty basic, but yeah, a lot of good stuff in there. I mean,
I feel this
nothing
is too
special. I mean, nothing huge.
Well, that's why it's called We're All
important
Commanders, because you're including everybody. So that's,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. That's good.
But it's like they just had to shove everything in at once.
You can't leave somebody out in that. You can't.
Yeah.
Because
I like that they're trying to bring us all together. That part's good. That part's I think is needed. But I just feel like if you just cram everybody in there, like, I mean, is this going to be like the Epcot Center at Disney? Like, you just kind of like go down the line and like, hey, you're in Germany here. Now you're in Mexico here.
Well, then, because then you can't really, you have to pick out another game to make for the HBCU night. Then you got to pick another game to do Pride Night Out. So
which is what they did last year.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't baseball. You don't have 81 games to do all these things. You've got 9 or 10 if you count the preseason game.
All right. Well, let's move on to week 5 versus the Tennessee Titans. Think breast cancer awareness. Key activations include activations supporting the NFL Crucial Catch Initiative and breast cancer all-star survivors recognition.
Yeah, I like that.
They do this every year. Yeah, they do this every year. The Think Pink is a big NFL thing. Tanya Snyder's a big one on there.
Shout out to my mother. She's a breast cancer survivor.
Shout out Mama Stores. More than one time.
Yeah,
I believe, and we might have to look this up, but I believe the Think Pink breast cancer awareness, all that, I think that was founded by Tanya Snyder. I believe she started that whole thing in the NFL, the breast cancer awareness Think Pink campaign.
Google.
I believe she's
going to Google. If she didn't start it, if she didn't start it, she's at least a big part of it. That's been kind of one of her things, that even when she wasn't kind of in that lead ownership position, she was kind of at the forefront of and trying to make sure that they were there. And
she helped introduce the Think Pink campaign to the NFL 23 years ago.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
She helped. Yeah,
there we go.
Okay, so she's like a founding member or something like that. You know what I noticed by going through these so far is that they seem to have run out of sponsors already. Pepsi,
Telemundo 44.
Telemundo 44, and then no more sponsors. I mean, there might be later on, but at least
you're by week 5 we don't have any sponsors.
No,
and that's actually true of week 7 here
week
as
7
well.
Is brought to
week
you by
7
District.
Yeah. There we go. We'll sponsor. I don't think we can afford that sponsorship. Week 7 versus the Green Bay Packers. It's the 90th anniversary celebration and alumni homecoming weekend.
I like that.
Key activations include tributes for each of the 5 world championship teams. So recognize the full 5. Trev, you have your hand raised.
Do you think they will bring back that hideous alumni homecoming uniform, or do you think we'll just keep do a different variation of the uniforms we have now?
That's a good question.
I don't know that they're going to do a throwback uniform this year.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I don't think they are this year. Just because
they want to show off the new uniforms.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're allowed to yet. There's some weird NFL rule about uniforms and throwbacks.
Well, hopefully it's a good uniform combo for that game, since they can't go back to the throwbacks. Hopefully they bring
which throwback did you like?
Well, they remember like the past ones. It was the burgundy helmet, the dark burgundy helmet, the dark and the gold. But I like the one with the arrow on it.
Yeah, which they can't do probably, right?
But yeah, they can't do that probably anymore. But
the arrow's probably one of the safer ones, or the curly R. That's
the yellow helmet with the R on it. Yeah,
those are probably your safer ones.
Yeah, you're right.
So who knows?
No, notice by the way, they haven't to this point talked about the uniforms. Like I know that we know that it's coming up. There's like a blackout game and a whiteout game. But to this point, there's no mention of like what.
That's good. I like it
wearing.
that way.
Like
Since
that?
we have so many different variations, surprise us. Like they announced it hours before kickoff. It's like we're wearing all whites. Because remember last year we were winning every game in all white. So it was like they were happy as hell to announce, oh, we're in all whites. It's icy this Sunday. But so maybe they'll do that again this year. That brings up that helps anticipate. You know the word I'm trying to say.
Anticipation.
Yeah,
builds that up. Yeah, absolutely.
You can tell we've been.
I might be one of the only ones that I like the alumni type stuff, not because I necessarily want to see them, but I think that that's an important part of an organization, is to be attached to or to recognize, keep that alumni in the fold, to where they feel a part of the organization still. So I think that's important.
They've been doing a bit better job about that. And who's the player that's in charge of that? So I know Jason Wright just shouted him out. Hightower.
Yeah,
Tim Hightower has been doing a real excellent job.
Yeah.
Making sure there's ties. They had the rookies that went out and had dinner with them. Hal eating chicken tenders at a steak restaurant.
That's important stuff. You don't necessarily kind of on the surface, it's not, because I think one of the games we went to last year was one of those alumni games where they brought out a bunch of guys from the different eras. I didn't care when they were announcing these guys or whatever, right? I wasn't like, ooh, there's Mark Schlereth or something. I didn't really care about seeing them or that, but I felt it was important for them to be there.
Okay.
I mean, my man Stoner couldn't pick out half the players at the draft party. So, but
I can't.
Not even close either.
Here's where I think it is important. We talked about how the fans have kind of dwindled over the years after decades of losing, Snyder and allegations and all that kind of stuff. This is where I think that they can tell the veterans, right? These alumni, these legends can tell the rookies and these younger players, like, hey, win games and build it and they will come, kind of thing. Like the Field of Dreams, right? They're like, we have a rabid fan base. We have a fan base that will rally and get excited.
They just got to get something excited about.
They've just been kicked to the curb for so long. So I think that having them there and then kind of been like mentoring and making sure that they understand, like, you might have an empty stadium for a little bit, but you guys do what you need to do, and that stadium's going to be packed full of burgundy and gold again.
I can't wait. It's going to happen this year, you guys. You know that, right?
I want it to so bad to happen.
What week we on now?
We're on week 9 versus the Minnesota Vikings, presented by USAA. We got ourselves another sponsor. Salute to service. Is the theme. Activations include service member recognition, which they do every game. So it's probably going to be a little bit more. And the blackout game. So this is our first uniform one. Fans are encouraged to dress in all black for this game. A blackout game, week 9, Minnesota Vikings. It is, of course, 1 p.m.
That's going to be a beautiful weather day, bro. November 6th. That's right in the thick of fall, but it's early.
It's still that
so black hoodies,
fall,
So
that's gonna be fun. What's up?
So if the fans are encouraged to wear all black, does that mean the uniform will probably be all black?
I imagine this is going to be the debut for it.
Because if they mess around and have us wearing all black and they come out in all burgundies or the burgundy top with the white bottoms, I'm leaving. We're gonna go. I'm grabbing you both. We're gonna go to a bar down the street and watch the game in our black hoodies at a damn bar, because I am not going to be embarrassed because that's something we can do.
And I think they picked a good game also in that Minnesota,
back, baby.
Kirk Cousins, but Minnesota is not necessarily known as having travel fans, like, you know what I mean? So you don't have to worry.
Great, there's going to be a field of purple now.
Yeah, you don't have to. Well, if it's purple. If it's purple, that kind of blends in with black. They would have.
And then we'll be the Ravens.
I imagine. So the home team gets to pick their jersey, and the away team has to accommodate.
Right, but I'm talking about the fans, though.
So
You don't wear a jersey based on what the team's wearing that day when you go to a game,
hey,
right?
Jason Wright, if you're watching, which I know you are, or listening, which I know
he
you
always
are.
does.
We're gonna need some. We need some
Jason.
fire black hoodies with some dope logos on it. We need some good black hoodies and t-shirts.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the Blackout game. This is one of those times where I'm just like,
this is where the college atmosphere comes back into play.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have
experience gets really
band,
much improved.
Oh man.
Let me ask you this. This is week 9. So they've played 8 games, right? You haven't hit the bye week yet. So they played 8 games. What if they're 2-6 at the time? Just asking.
This is where we become 3-6 and we start on that RG3 whatever type
of
precisely.
Are you going to have a half empty stadium of people not wearing black because they don't?
We're gonna have a half empty stadium since week 1. So
well, if you're 6-2, the stadium's not going to be.
Well, yeah, you're right. 2-6. That's a good question. I mean, it's realistic too.
Yeah, I'm just asking if they're in the tank already. Are they going?
Everybody will come out because we're not out of playoff contention yet.
2-6, you're not out of playoff contention.
I mean, probably not. Not in this division.
Well, maybe not mathematically.
Billy got in at 9-8 or something like that, right? Didn't they?
Just 2 years ago, we had a losing record and we were in the playoffs.
But that's a good question.
It can happen. It can happen. That's interesting.
2-6. I still think it'll be 65 to 70% full of
no chance
of blackout, and then the rest are like probably Minnesota Viking fans because they're probably 6-2 and we're 2-6 at the time.
Yeah,
that could happen, and they travel less.
If it's
Kirk Cousins too, they might travel anyway because Kirk Cousins is coming back to his old stomping ground, so they might travel this year anyway just because of that.
Yeah, I don't know if they care that much about Kirk Cousins. I don't know if the fans love him.
Are they gonna drape T-shirts over the seats?
Ooh, is that the blackout?
To give a make sure that fans have something black.
That's true because that's true. Because if you just say that means you're making everybody have to go spend their money $40 for a daggone shirt that
usually
says
usually they do that.
They do.
I guess we will find out.
All right.
Do they do it for college games too?
Against Minnesota.
Usually, I don't know about football, but
whoever has it. We have week 12 versus an Atlanta Falcons. This is the Thanksgiving week game.
Dub.
This is season of giving. Key activations include Toys for Tot toy drive, My Cause, My Cleats display.
I love that.
I love My Cause.
The cleats are great. Debut of a permanent installation at FedEx for Sean Taylor, unveiled on the 15th anniversary of Sean's passing.
Yo, I'm telling y'all right now, we're getting a statue of Sean Taylor outside of FedEx Field, and we're not going to move the stadium because they're going to rebuild it. They're just going to revamp it and where it is, because Sean Taylor's statue is right there at FedEx Field. That's what it is.
Maybe, but you can move statues very easily.
I know. I was just.
But I think the Landover part is key. I think they will keep it there. But I think
statue.
People will not have the same, or should, I'm hoping, good Lord, team, do not give them ammunition. But we should not have the same complaints we did the last time that they paid tribute to Sean Taylor. We have this information. This is happening the end of November. Here we are in the beginning of June. We know when this is happening.
So what is the 27th? What day of the week is that? Is that a Sunday?
Yeah.
Or I guess it is. I see all the games are at 1 p.m. Well, it might be a Saturday. I don't know. Might be a Friday.
Double checking here. It is Sunday.
Okay, it's Sunday. But that is the exact day, 15 years to the day since Sean passed. And it's also an admission by the team that they effed up last year's salute or whatever that they put together to try and
maybe not in so many words, but at least they understand that whatever they did last year was not enough, and they needed to do more.
And I'm super happy about it that they're doing.
Oh yeah,
that they're not.
Well, I mean,
we already took care of that last year and we're done. No, this is fantastic opportunity. It falls on the date of his passing. Something that's going to be permanent, whether it's a statue, whether it's something at the 21-yard line, possibly, whatever. It's going to be there forever, or with the stadium forever, and it's smart and it's great for fans, and I'm glad they're doing it.
I agree. 100%. Yeah, just don't unveil no dumbass plaque, excuse me, but
right.
Then, have it in a glass case that you have to walk by for a season ticket holder only to see. Nah, he needs a statue. He needs
where
a statue.
everybody can see it.
Yep. No matter if you're a season ticket holder. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
No matter.
Absolutely.
I wish they could play in the My Cause, My Cleats. Like, I wish they could actually play in them.
Don't you? Maybe that would ruin them though.
Well,
right?
Just have some for display, and then also just create another.
Wear them for one quarter, so that way they don't.
Yeah, just a different color variation that's different than the display, but for the same cause.
Those cleats go for some good money.
Yeah, they do, for good causes too, and they're beautiful. It's amazing what those artists can do on a shoe.
Yeah, it is.
We have a sponsor again here, and week 15 versus the Giants. This one's TBD. This one could either be the 17th or the 18th. It's presented by Vista. Theme is Inspire Change. It is key activations include recognition of the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee and return of the Shop Black Holiday Market, which was really cool last year. Set up as like a little Christmas market. You just had a lot of small businesses there owned by the Black community, and it was really neat to kind of. I wish it was in a more prominent location. I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to walk by that, but I think that most fans probably weren't kind of finding their way out there. So I hope that they kind of make them a little bit more prominent this year. Yeah.
And this one, by the way, is the theme and the activations match. This is what I was kind of talking about in some of these others. It's Inspire Change.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the nominee, the Walter Payton nominee, that's inspiring change. It's the Black Market, that's inspiring change. So
and the last week was Season of Giving. That was around Thanksgiving, and My Cause, My Cleats.
Yeah, that's why I didn't understand some of these others that just didn't seem to match.
Yeah,
why don't they match?
The pairing wasn't quite as strong.
Activation.
I actually thought that the cleats were going to be Inspire Change. I thought that one was going to be there, but I can understand where the Seasons of Giving, especially because they put those up for auction, so I can see where at least that ties in. But I thought the Inspire Change part was going to be there.
Wouldn't a cleat that was worn, a game worn cleat, wouldn't that go for more money than the brand new, never been touched or worn cleat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should play in
even if it's all nasty and dirty and or whatever. It's game worn. It's authentic. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't want to know smelly feet, man. I don't have a sense of smell. It actually wouldn't bother me, and I'd probably put it in a nice box if I were to ever obtain any of those. But those get out of my price range fairly quickly. I think they start off at like $250 a pop. So yeah, pretty pricey, but again, well worth the cause here. Week 17 versus Browns, presented by Pepsi. This is our fan appreciation theme. Key activations include recognition of the Hogs offensive line, an unveiling of new mascot, details on the season-long fan engagement program to help select the mascot will be announced later this summer. So we, the fans, are being included on the mascot. Now, without getting into mascot choices, we will do that on our Wednesday show. Without getting in mascot choices, what do you think about bringing the fans in to help select, and then having week 17 here against the Browns be the day that they unveil the mascot?
Since they didn't listen to us on the name in the first place, I don't know how much input they were going to use of us for the mascot.
But again, that's a lesson learned. That's a lesson learned.
I'm just kidding.
Going after them.
I mean, I'm just.
You're being honest. So here's the thing. I'm not going to go as far as to say they didn't include fans for the name. They absolutely did have the name picked out like in September or August or something,
and
like
drug
that.
us all along,
and then kept it for a few months. So this is where I find it interesting. They're saying that it's later this summer that they're going to bring the fans in. Is this going to be like a 2-week competition? Because I mean, you got to think they have to. Like, they're probably going to get graphics artists on it. They've got to find they got to get the mascot outfit and whatnot.
And then they'll
so
display them each,
Well,
and we vote on them.
I think it's going to be something that goes on all summer. That's going.
Summer's
you know what I mean?
Started. What are we talking about?
Summer's not started yet. Summer starts in like 2 weeks.
But okay.
Don't be a stickler for details. You know what I mean. I don't mean starting on June 21st on the summer equinox.
Don't be a stickler for details. And he's like, technically, the summer solstice doesn't start until 21 July or June. It says later this summer, Stoner. It's like so. It's not even like the beginning. Right. We're talking probably past training camp.
Welcome back, Stoner. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. All right, that's cool. I'm just saying it's not going to be 2 weeks before this particular game when they're going to throw out some ideas.
No,
it's probably going to be a process of elimination as they get closer and closer. Then when it gets down to that week, they're gonna have their winner. And I don't think there's any correlation between the Hogs celebrating the Hogs and the mascot unveiling, because you can't say you're celebrating the Hogs and say we're going to get fan involvement in picking the mascot at the same time.
Unless you're trying to shoehorn it in, unless you're trying to be like subliminal messages, pick the Hogs because that's what we got.
Yeah. You make a good point. They already had the name pretty much picked out in September, but then took months and months. So what's this? Is this January that they're talking about?
This is the first. This is New Year's Day.
Yeah. So it's going to probably be dragged out the entire season.
Yeah, of course. And then, absolutely. And that's okay.
So
people are going to get sick of it, but that's all right.
How many selections do you think they'll give us this year? Like, you think they'll do it similar to the way they do with the name? Like, it was a bunch and then narrowed down to finalists and then this and that? Do you think it's just going to be like 8 pictures or 4 graphics or mascots that are I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how long is this process going to take?
Don't know. And to be honest,
you don't care.
I don't care, right?
Because you don't have kids here right now. You have kids here to go to the game right now.
Yeah. I don't think we're the target audience for a mascot. Okay, that's not for us. I know there's some other people on Twitter. Like I didn't care. Like whatever the name went, I didn't care. Right. And so for the mascot, I'm the same boat, Stoner. It's just like because it's not for me, and to me, it's not going to improve my fan experience. Like I think
for both of you,
it's going to bring in new fans. Okay, it's going to be what our kids are enamored by.
Yeah, there we go.
Good. Like I said, I didn't want to get too much into that debate because we'll do that on our flagship program. Oh, yeah. It will be interesting if it is the Hogs. Maybe a lot of people love the K9 one, so we'll find out. I guess as that progresses.
Toga with spear and like a Mandalorian helmet, shirt off toga, Conan Barbarian style mixed with Commander and just. Mixed with 300.
Just bring out a dog and call
him. Trev just wants to walk around in the winter time with
like the Georgia Bulldog who hates his life every Saturday.
Yeah. Just bring out a dog and call him Legend, and let's move on.
I do think Legend as a name is a legit name.
Jason Wright, German
if that's one of the choices, we got to start a campaign.
Oh, absolutely. Name any of them. People are like, but it's a hog named Legend.
Yeah.
Let's just and he talks.
It's a tortoise. It's a tortoise that's name's Legend. Don't know what the tortoise has to do with the team, but its name is Legend, and we're gonna vote for it. Yeah. Let's go here to the last week here. This is week 18. This is rivalry week. We want Dallas. This is the whiteout game. Fans are encouraged to dress in all white for the game. What do you guys think about the theme for We Want Dallas? And
I got a problem with
white out game.
He was.
I think it's the same problem. I think it's the same one, right? It's we're right here. We're together on this one.
Problem, maybe not.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't know. The problem is this is week 18. They didn't think this one through. Okay, this is week 18.
Yeah.
If Washington is not in the playoff hunt in week 18, there's going to be 30,000 Cowboys fans there. We've witnessed it for years and years and years. And the Cowboys fans have white in their uniform, or they have a white uniform. So they're going to wear their white uniform to the game. and they're going to take over and totally emasculate
so
this organization.
So partially
didn't
on the
think this
same
one
point,
through.
yeah.
They didn't. They should have done a whiteout earlier in the year.
They should have done whiteout for Minnesota and then blackout for Dallas. Blackout for Dallas.
Because Dallas doesn't have. I mean, they've got a blue uniform, but they don't have a black one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they thought this one through. The history of this
organization. You make a very good point.
You know, they're 7-9 at the time.
So I'm not so concerned about the record part of it because I think that's going to sort itself out. Okay. The jersey point of this is where I'm with you, a stoner. I'm with you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Dallas predominantly wears that white jersey of theirs.
Yeah.
Especially
and that's where I've seen most of the fans in this area that are Dallas fans. That's what they bring to the game is the white jersey. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, is that a good thing though? At least they're part of the whiteout.
Right. But think the opposite. If it's a whiteout and Dallas is coming into town, their fans are going to know and they're going to organize and they're going to wear blue. And that stadium's going to be 60% blue. And they're totally going to emasculate this fan base.
And the stadium's going to be blue and white.
Yeah. It's going to be blue and white.
Stoner,
just did not think this one through. You don't do that for the last game of the year.
Yeah, it's Dallas.
Against
you know, like the NBA teams, when it's a rivalry, players, they show up wearing all black because it's the other team's funeral. So they should have made it the blackout for Dallas and the whiteout for Minnesota.
Well, so the Minnesota's the blackout because the black jersey has the camo, right? That's the salute to service game. So that's the tie-in there for the black jersey.
Well, have two of them.
Any game, but the last game of the year against Dallas.
Don't do a whiteout. Just have two blackouts.
I don't disagree there. Or burgundy out. Just like do the all burgundy and tell everybody to show up in burgundy. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
But also let's look at the positive side. And if Washington is in contention or already has a playoff wrapped up,
I don't think
that place is going to be rocking and it's going to have 75.
It needs to be rocking anyways. It's the damn Dallas Cowboys.
Bro, I think it's going to be white the whole way through no matter what it is. It's because the Dallas fans are so petty like that when it comes to us that they're just going to dress in all white no matter if they're last in division or we're first or vice versa. They're going to make it. They're going to embarrass us some way or another during that whiteout game. They're going to find a way to do that.
Well, if they wear all white, then they're playing right into our hands, which is great because you won't be able to tell the difference and you'll just assume it's Washington.
You'll see that blue star in them jerseys. You'll see the daggone difference.
But either way, cool, and I think Tailgate Ted made this brought this up also in that it's mid-January or early January, it's cold, nobody owns a white coat. Right, so you maybe wear white,
that's a good point.
But you're gonna have to wear a coat over that, or you're gonna freeze, and
all
your coat is not
the
white.
Next stadium has a white dome.
Dang, that's another. See, maybe I didn't think it through on that one.
Didn't think this one through, but that's okay. If that's the worst thing that we can point out in all of these themes is a couple of little nitpicky things, and I think they've done a great job with this.
I was gonna say, it sounds like each theme has a really good theme behind the theme. You know, it's not something corny. It's not something like, oh, what is that? Great. Like it's all like, oh,
there's more. There's more, gents. As the team enters its inaugural season as the Washington Commanders, fans can look forward to exciting gate giveaways throughout the season, including a rally towel commemorating the Commanders' first game of the season, co-branded Rolla Bana, presented by Bank of America, pink pom-poms support breast cancer awareness, seat cushion with the 90th anniversary logo, a black camouflage scarf. Additionally, the team will premiere new game day experiences, including the return of the marching band, the debut of the team's revamped fight song, and performances by the 2022 Commanders Entertainment Team. In addition to local food vendors, new featured artwork from local DMV artists, and updated seating, including 2 and 4 top tables and mesh club seats.
Knew that.
Buy your season tickets. I'm not going to read the rest of that. because if you need to be a ticket holder, you got that. You can do that. You go do that. We've already done enough promo for the Commanders today. I like those. I know you guys were not as excited for the tabletops. Those, if I go back to being a season ticket holder, probably going to look at getting one of those tabletops. Although I appreciate the club seats having mesh, because those classic seats are not good on your back or your bum or anything. So no, I think those things are pretty good there. So
I think overall, we probably said it a couple of times. Overall, they're doing some things. They're doing some work over there.
I was going to say, what do you want to rate this out of 10? What do you give out of 10? This idea they're doing right now.
The whole thing. If you add it all up, I mean, I'd give it a 7.5. I
was gonna say 8 for
Yeah.
I think that's very fair, gentlemen. I might even give them up to 8.5.
Okay.
Because at least it's new, it's exciting. They missed, I think, on a couple, like we talked about, like the whiteout not necessarily being the best game for it. I mean, I love and I hope that we have the energy and we show it up there. Oh, that game was gonna be so exciting to watch. So I think this stuff is trending back in the right direction, right? We're trying to bring our fandom back into this. We're trying to be excited. We got Carson Wentz. Let's take it to 11.
Oh man, I tell you.
And
that's funny you said that, because that's his number.
Yeah.
Is that why you said that?
Make no mistake, though. If things go south, we're gonna end up making fun of all this stuff, and we're gonna just say
Well, I'm blaming Keith,
botched it all, and
fan ambassador. That's I'm blaming him for all this. I hope he's watching and listening, because
I hope people don't make fun of it. Keep the same energy you have right now. If you're reasonably excited about it,
bro,
be hyped. Be reasonably excited about it.
Yeah, we are now.
If you're skeptical about it, I hope that I don't want to hear people like, well, Stoner, you brought this up. None of this stuff impacts the field of play.
Right.
Okay. So if they go 0-17, it's not this that's the problem.
No.
This is just trying to get us to be excited about a team that's destined to be awful. We don't necessarily think that. So hopefully they do turn around. And there's a couple of items on there that I know that we live stream the games. We do commentary and play-by-play. There's a couple of these games I kind of want to go to, get a couple of these different items. So we'll have to see, and we'll talk amongst ourselves. Let us know which of these games that you're excited to go to in the comment section there.
If we can't make the color, the blackouts or whiteouts, we're doing it on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll change over our entire theme to match the themes for these particular games. So that is a little shout out. So you definitely check us out during the season. If you can't get to the games yourself, you can check us out. We will do play-by-play and commentary live for the games. It's a lot of fun. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you catch us on Wednesdays at 7:30 live. We'll be talking a little bit about this again this week, and we'll see what else we have in store for you. But until next time, be a fan. Hey, thanks for watching us here on Ref the District. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out one of these other videos here as well. We create lots of great content. Of course, we're live every Wednesday at 7:30. Things get pretty heated there as well. Until next time, be a fan.